So wanted to talk about what we've done, the most awesome healing I've participated in a long time. And when you send healing to a soul, or even to a plant, animal, mineral, or vegetable, everything is living. Everything has vibrations. Everything is open to your energy. You know how animals can tell if you're in a bad mood or not? So can your plants, so can your body, so can people around you. And when you the luxury of allowing yourself to be a conduit to send healing to someone, this is what occurs. The energy comes in at the right frequency, vibration, and energy for that person. It goes to all the parts of their body that they need it, or wherever, to Mother Earth, all the parts of Mother Earth, or whatever it may be. And when we're dealing with human beings and putting out the healing energy and allowing ourselves to be a conduit, I want to reiterate, right action, which is what you're doing, correct exchange, you're receiving healing. And the healing goes directly, we'll say in this case, to the person. But whether they accept it or not, that's the challenge. And that, sometimes they're angry, sometimes they're upset, sometimes they're having a pity party, sometimes they're emotionally overwrought, whatever the case must be, or may be. But this healing energy comes into them faster than the speed of light, if they will allow it. And if they don't, then it hangs out there till they're ready to receive it. How long does it hang out? Forever, until they birth out of their bodies. Understanding that everything in our life, we create. Remember my other cliche, what you think you create, what you create you experience. It affects every part of your life and body. And we're going to see a lot of changes that is taking place because of the coronavirus and the flu and other illnesses that people are also expiring from. And there's going to be more and more closeness with the family for a medium part of time, and then we'll drift away. There's also going to be a lot of changes in marketing. More people will be working from their houses than ever before. The offices will not be as important as before. And we're going to do more things on, webinars on the internet or whatever you want to call it. With all those things that are going to be going on, and of course commercial real estate is going to be in trouble, although a lot of the malls are in trouble already, and the big box stores are closing down because they're ordering it online. So we're seeing things changing completely. And with it, we have to change our energies, our thinking, and our vibrations. But the most important thing is interaction with other human beings. Not isolating yourself in your home. I know we have to do that now. But after all this is over, and it will be over more quickly than you think. And it is time for us to look at fellow human beings and learn the art of communications again. And in this art of communications, it's the art of compassion and love. It's the art of understanding. It's the art of letting them express themselves. But also making each one of ourselves accountable for ourselves, but also holding them to be accountable. With this beautiful healing of vibrations that we've done, I want you all to understand that there are no victims in life. And our psychiatrist and psychologist says you're a victim. They cannot see the other side of the coin, really what's going on. Everyone that comes into this planet incarnates, has a mission and goal. And this mission and goal is on the human level, family level, career level, but also on the spiritual level. And we need to understand that. And we all come in to learn about self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem. And if people are struggling in life, honor them, love them for it. Don't criticize them. And honor them because that's the way they chose to learn self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem. And they have a choice to wallow in it or rise like the cream to the top. Most souls will do that, not all. There's some karmic experiences that go on, but those karmic experiences are just limited. By that I mean it can be very quick, or it can be a lifetime by your choice. And this is the time when we have to begin to look at ourselves and say, what is my choice? What is my life all about? Do I want to heal myself? Do I want to allow the true source to heal me? Do I want to become empowered to make a difference? Do I want to not only make a difference, but stand up for true inner source guidance belief system? Not what you hear on radio and TV or social media. None of that stuff. What does your soul really know? What does your soul really feel? You know, there's an old expression, not by your words, but by your actions shall you be known. Not by your words, but by your actions shall you be known. I'll say it one more time. Not by your words, but by your actions shall you be known. And when it's all over and said and done, what is your epitaph? Were you a loving soul? Did you help heal people? Or was your concentration on self-centeredness? That's something we need to think about. Because this is a wake-up call on the planet. And I have to tell you, there's more coming. Will they be as serious as this? In a different way. But one of the things we have to understand is we choose when we're going to birth out of our bodies. And we choose it at a certain time when our missions and goals are over, and that's we choose to take on a new mission and goal. And many souls are choosing to leave, not only through the coronavirus and the flus, but cancer and other illnesses. Now this sounds harsh. It isn't. It's each individual person's choice. And they can extend their life or leave. And my very good friend, his mother said to me, you know, she was 85 or 86. I'm really tired, Michael. I'm ready to go. And then she came down with more cancer, and she left. That's what we need to understand. That honor those people who chose whatever way to birth out of their bodies for the choice they've chosen. And when I said earlier, you know, to another group, when these illnesses come around, you have a choice. And in this choice that you have, you can say, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for the coronavirus. I don't have time for cancer. I don't have time for polio. I don't have time for this or that or whatever it is. And when I truly looked about those who survived the pandemics over the last several hundred years, bubonic plague, Spanish flu, SARS, H1N1, and so on and so forth, the common thread that they never came down with the illness was in their mind and thought that said, I don't have time for this. What a loving thing to say. I don't have time. I want to help people. I want to do what is necessary to assist them. And a lot of the caregivers never got ill because they didn't have time. They had more important things to do to help heal the people. Isn't that interesting? It wasn't finances. It wasn't reputation. It wasn't money. It was, I'm helping humanity. I'm helping these people. So I don't have time to get sick or ill. That is part of the secret of not getting sick or ill. But the other side of the coin is that it's a loving, powerful thing to do. This is a time when we have to look at our perspectives. What is our belief system? What is owning us and controlling us? What is it we need to let go? What is it we need to love ourselves with? What do we need to honor ourselves? Where is our belief system? So is it the third dimensional world? You got to be wealthy, you got to be this, you got to be that. Or is it about your life, your happiness, and your joy? That doesn't mean you can't be prosperous and abundant or wealthy if you choose to be that way. But first, you have to learn to love yourself and honor yourself, to feel the true source of unconditional love, to allow yourself to be healed, to allow yourself to become empowered, to allow yourself to make a difference in your life. Start with yourself first. Then, when you feel empowered and loved and comfortable, let it spread forth, because it'll automatically go forth. You'll be that conduit. So many people I meet while I volunteer and do this, and I feel good about it. That's why I do it, Michael. Well, that's a wonderful, admirable thing to do. But what happens if you don't do it? Well, I don't feel good about myself. I don't feel I'm contributing. You know what that tells me? You have poor self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem. That's what it tells me. And this wake-up call that we're all going and getting and obtaining and experiencing is time for you to work on you. Time for you to rearrange your priorities. You know, as you do the work of the true source, you send healing, you help other souls, you express kindness and love, even a compliment. Get out of your own way. Because as you do the work of the true source, everything will be supplied to you. Well, that's an oxymoron. How's that happen, Michael? That's the secret. You're not supposed to figure it out. It just occurs. It happens. And it's important that we positively assist one another. And if someone's angry or upset, just listen. Don't criticize. Don't judge. Have compassion. They're hurting. They're angry. And if they use that as a badge of victimhood, send them healing. Send them unconditional love. And by that I mean ask the true source to send them love. Ask the true source to send them healing. Never your own, because you'll deplete your body. And love them from a distance if they're angry or upset till they come around. And don't let yourself be manipulated. Well, if you really love me, you help me move my house. If you really love me, you give me money. If you really love me, you do this and that. That's not what love is about, for Pete's sakes. But that's how people get manipulated. And when they say that, say you are loving them. And you're doing the best you can to love them, to accept it. And that trust everything will turn around when you love yourself. Because it always does, it always will. Unless you're angry and upset. Which in that case, you're creating your body in being in disharmony. For what the mind can conceive, the body will believe. And that's important for you to remember. And when you say, I'm going to do that tomorrow, Michael, or Jane, or Sam, or George, tomorrow never comes. Because it's tomorrow, the next day is tomorrow, the next day is tomorrow, and the next day is tomorrow, and the next day is tomorrow. Somewhere out in limbo, in Never Never Land. With what has happened on this planet right now, I want each one of you to think about, this is the time that you need to do all you can do to heal yourself, to have self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem, to think loving and positive thoughts. Because what the mind can conceive, the body will believe. And you know, the other part of my mantra is you are unlimited. And if you look at your life, you created it. That's how powerful you are. So how about changing your thinking 3 degrees? From a -1 to a neutral 0 to a +1 degree. Just 3 degrees. Very tiny. But it's huge. And as I said before, if you were 1/16th of an inch off in a line, that you're extending a wire 1 mile long, that 1/16th of an inch, hardly discernible, could be 20 or 30 feet off the center mark, a mile away, or it could be a half a mile off. I'm not sure of the number, but whatever it is, that 3 degrees of thinking will change you.